We're going to take a look through this morning's newspapers with the Metro's political editor, John Higginson. Morning again, John. Nice to see you. A couple of papers have this story. Prince Harry being the subject of a jihadist film. What are the papers saying about it?
Yeah, well, we've got this group, the Muslims Against Crusades, who have essentially made a cut-and-shut video taking all the silly comments that Harry's made over the years, pictures of him wearing his Nazi uniform that we remembered he did. We all know that Harry isn't racist, but they've put this with sinister music in the background, and they've now made him their #1 target, according to the News of the World, in revenge at Osama's death.
And this is a group here in the UK.
Yeah, this is a UK group of Islamists, and you can imagine if you watched this video, and if you weren't too bright, you would suddenly think that Harry is enemy #1.
It'd be interesting if, you know, his security is... There was a picture of him in the paper this morning leaving his girlfriend, apparently, flat yesterday morning, whether he is followed, you know, with much higher security these days.
Yeah, well, I think it is being taken seriously, and it is a serious threat to him.
The Sunday Times, along with one of the other newspapers, is serialising Kate McCann's book, and the headline in this, "I Wanted to Die."
Yeah, this is a story that we'll all remember. It was just every single day in the papers. It was it's a very sad story, and for this family, it hasn't ended. It was a story that they made one awful mistake, which they'll always live with. And if you remember at the time, there was a lot of criticism of Kate McCann, people saying that she didn't seem to be showing enough grief. And this is really her telling her story and saying behind the scenes she was telling everyone and anyone that she wanted to take her own life, and she had lots of horrible images in her own head. And I think since her daughter went missing, I don't think anyone can criticise the amount of work they've tried to put in to get them back. And she's created this book here and really told her story for the first time, not through the eyes of the media.
And all the money will go to the fund to try and find
her still.
Yeah. Incredible strain, though, on the marriage itself, don't you think?
Yeah, she was saying that the marriage did almost destroy her marriage. It's almost amazing. Well, they are still together. Remember, they do still have two children, and I'm sure those 2 children that they do have has really helped solidify their own marriage.
Our top story this morning is the videotapes released by the CIA of Osama bin Laden practising his video speeches.
Indeed.
And dyeing his beard.
Indeed, and it's always funny to see how the tabloids will do a story like this. This is the Sunday Mirror, and they point to various things here, and we can see a desk that seems to be a kind of self-built, you know, DIY dad has built that, and and there's a drawer missing. It looks like a shelf has been put up badly. There's kind of wires coming out front, which is, you know, you can at least say that he isn't worried about aesthetics, because, you know, we'd all put the wires at the back, but, you know, he's not really worrying about that. And he's got this kind of ramshackle place with TV monitors, and they all look very budget. And you know, he's rocking back and forward in the video that I know that you were showing earlier, and wearing this hat, and you know, it's an image that's, and he's just there watching himself, you know, and... I
think that the Americans have been very clever, obviously, in selecting this particular image. You know, he looks a little bit dishevelled, you know, a bit of a hermit in this particular shot here. Do you think that's enough, though, for the Americans? You know, the US have refused to release the picture of him when he was killed, and so they're putting this type of image up front instead. Do you think it's enough, though?
I think it's certainly better. It's a better image to show, because it shows him as very human. It shows him showing a very human negative trait, which is vanity and also weakness. It is yet to see whether it will be enough, but this is what they're hoping.
John, I want to bring you on to some domestic politics, and the Independent on Sunday. Senior Lib Dem tells Cameron to rein in the wrecker Osborne. Interesting story, this.
Yes, some of the Lib Dems are absolutely furious at the Chancellor. Weeks ago we heard from Chris Huhne saying that he was going too far, and now after the AV votes and the local elections, he's the Lib Dems man. He's seen as their figurehead that they are extremely annoyed with. They're obviously smarting from these 2 votes, and there's a lot of talk behind the scenes in the Tory party saying we don't want to be seen gloating. So, you know, just heads down, carry on working, don't go gloating about this, and it will be down to Cameron, who's extremely good at managing people, to try and hold things together.
John, thank you very much for coming in, talking us through the newspapers this morning. John Higginson from the Metro. Thank you.